What's up, everybody? Welcome to Thursday night's late night agenda. I'm your host Craig. This is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel, and of course this is your show. I'm apologies. I'm not apologies. I'm fully not apologies, but I am sorry that we're late. I say we because Connor's with me on tonight's show. Connor, how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. How's things do?
Tickety boo, my friend. Tickety boo, and a Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
I'm going to see how many times I can get the word schmexy into this stream tonight, because it really annoys Connor when I use the word schmexy.
No, it's jazz it up is the worst one.
Jazz it up. Right, who have we got on tonight already? Stig is on, Andre, Lars, Steve, Stephen Richards, Mossy Wassy. How are we? How are we all doing tonight? Wolves blow hot and cold. Do you know what, Connor? I've been very surprised at the amount of our fans that are worried about this game tomorrow. Do you think we're playing Chelsea away or something, the way people are going on?
I suppose the way Wolves have been playing this season, though, they've taken points off a lot of big teams. So we are right to be wary of it, but we should be getting the 3 points still.
Absolutely. I mean, a good indicator of these things are what the bookies think. And look, the bookies are never always right, of course. But I had a look there today, and Wolves are between 5 and 6 to 1 at home to beat us, and we're 1 to 2 on.
Jesus, yeah, they usually get spot on, don't they? So we're hoping they're right now.
They will be right, because we're going to go out there and we're going to kick ass and we're going to go to the top of the table for Christmas, and there's nothing that the blue shy can do about it, and nothing that the fake blue shy can do about it either.
That's it.
Craig needs some of your diet chav, said Ronnie. Do you know what? If you guys can see the image behind me, Connor Christmased it up a little bit. That's about as much Christmas as I'm allowing him to put up, by the way, in the top corner. But as you can see, on the right hand side of the screen, there's a black space in the top right hand corner. We want your suggestions of things that we can put up there in that space. Something Christmassy, something not Christmassy, whatever it is. If we'll pick the best one, Connor, and you can probably get it up during the stream.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
So there you go. Any suggestions for this little black space? This one, I'm going to try and point to it. No, other side. That space. There. That space. Behind me. In the corner. That space. Connor's a bit of a Grinch. Oh, look at this. He's saying Grinch, Connor. That was actually one thing we were going to use, Tom, a minute ago, was a Grinch. And Connor is a Grinch. He's a miserable fucker. I mean, you don't know the stuff I have to put up with. Honestly, it's a surprise I'm able to smile coming on here.
You're the Grinch, not me.
Oh, look, there's the winner. I mean, how did we not think of this? Steve Lyons come up with it straight away, a graphic of the league table.
Yeah, good show.
I mean, that's very straightforward and simple, Steve, and you're probably spot on, mate. Well, we're top, and we should be there for the rest of the season, all going well. Well, we're top, fuck it. Let's just go balls out and put it up there. What else? A picture of God, said Ronnie Flinter. Excuse me for mispronouncing your name, Ronnie. Yeah, I don't know if we're okay to put up an image of Robbie Fowler or not. I'm not sure if we'd be okay with that one. Bogdan and Markovic. Funny enough, Bogdan played a blinder yesterday for Hibs. He came on as a substitute after about 17 minutes in the game against Rangers and played an absolute blinder, and somehow managed to get a 0-0 draw for Hibs out of that game, in a game that Rangers seemed to dominate. Whereas Jose, can we get a new one for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I mean, trophy replica, that's pushing it. A Champions League trophy replica, see, the copyright image on that one might catch us, that's the only thing. Put Santa up there, said Scotty. Put up the table, said Lars. Get Gerrard holding the Champions League in the black space. I'd love to put that up, honestly, but it's just, we don't want to be done for copyright, and even on the images and stuff like that. Yes, we've Anfield behind us, said the big fucking Egypt sitting here saying, no, we have to be careful with copyright. I don't think the club will be that mean to us, though. I think the club don't mind us hopefully using the image behind us. A frame picture of Sir Jose Mourinho. Got a pass. Maybe Mark might have that over on his channel. Put a picture of... Say again?
I don't think he's a sir just yet.
No, he's not just yet. Do you know what, though? I have to say, and I think you guys might agree with me on this one. Yesterday, I think Sky were bang out of form, or bang out of order, following him around London like that. Just leave the guy go to Harrods, get his few bits in, let him get his loaf of bread and his pint of milk in peace.
Yeah, it's a bit clunky, wasn't it, all around?
It wasn't great, it wasn't good. And do you know what, I thought Mourinho was okay about it, to be fair, but look, who gives a shit about Mourinho? This is about Liverpool Football Club, and I want to know your thoughts, guys, on tomorrow night's game. And Connor, I'm going to come to you first on this, and I'm going to absolutely ambush you because I never gave you a chance to think about this one. But team selection for tomorrow, have you thought about it yourself?
I haven't thought about it at all. Off the top of my head, I
That
would
looks
probably
fucking
say,
terrible, by the way. That league
yeah, I
table that
know.
you've just put
Doesn't
up.
say at all. Yeah, but might leave for next night again to start properly. Um, league or lineup. Allison in
Obviously,
goal, obviously.
yeah, the Brazilian superstar.
Uh, Robbo, Van Dijk, and I'd imagine Lovren. Is Lovren fit?
He is fit, yeah. Thanks, he's fit. As
Yeah.
is James Milner.
Probably Klein at right back, and then midfield I'd probably go Fabinho, Shaqiri, Milner, and then the front three, but maybe Shaqiri instead of one of the three, and then maybe Kate at midfield. It's hard to know what Klopp's going to do.
Yeah, it's really tough to know. And I've read a good few articles this week. I read a piece by Jan Mulby and a few other bits and pieces around the Liverpool midfield, and it's very, very tough to pick who's going to start. I suggested that we rest one of the front three yesterday on Twitter, and you would swear that I said sell Salah, Mane and Firmino with the response I got.
Yeah, people don't understand that. Like, yes, they're trained professionals and this was their job, but like, it's risky playing them every single minute because they are going to get injuries.
Yeah, that is true. It is. You have to rotate them, and I know we've got a fantastic medical science team or sports science department, and I know that they'll be keeping the manager abreast of what players are coming into the category of maybe playing too much and maybe putting themselves at the risk of injury. But at the same time, we do have this squad for a reason, guys, and we can't just go out there and play, I suppose, what we consider our best 11 week in, week out. It has to be mixed up, Connor.
Has to be, yeah. Have to give the lads a rest. Not going to last the whole season if not.
That's true. That is true. I'm sure we can get a nice framed image to put up there. I'm trying to think of who we could get. Maybe Kloppo. Maybe a little picture of Kloppo. Maybe a cartoon image of Klopp or something. I'm sure we've got something on one of our phones or something, or one of our computers that would work. What else we got? Craig, I meant the alpaca, Jose. Guys, look, we haven't forgotten about the striker thing, by the way. I know a couple of you are in the chat there and you're asking about the Liverpool striker situation, the part that's in the headline. And trust me, we have something on that one that we'll bring to you a little bit later on. We don't want to just blow our load straight away, though, and we want to tease you a little bit. And Robertson, somebody said, why does he look like he's just seen the devil? He's seen his first contract offer and that's his response.
You've seen all the money he's on now. Or it's going to be on.
He said, what? What? What do you mean? What do you mean I can't get it in cash? What do you mean I have to have it in a bank transfer? God bless him though. God bless him. Did you guys see the Liverpool channel today, Connor? I'm sure you have as well. You might have seen an image going around or a clip going around on social media of two Liverpool fans in the crowd celebrating recently. But one of the fans is a blind gentleman and his mate that comes with him describes everything to him. Every little thing that goes on in the game. Every goal, every pass, every tackle. And it was picked up on by the club and it was picked up on by fans. And Connor, the club brought the two guys in today to meet Mo Salah and it was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, it's lovely to see that stuff, especially this time of year. Like, and it's mad what people do. Like a man explaining every single action to the lad standing in the crowds. It's amazing.
It's beautiful. Like. It's beautiful. And it came so natural to him as well. You could see it was second nature at that point. Because when they scored, he automatically turned to his mate and described straight into his ear what had happened. It was lovely to see.
Yeah, top class from the club to get Salah, give him that shirt as well.
True, that is true. The 96 torch in the top right hand corner. I have to say that was something I thought of. I was thinking of the torch, but I didn't know if it was a little bit in bad taste, and I don't want to, as much as it would be a respectful action, I don't want people to deem it in bad taste. What else have we got?
Calendar there.
An advent calendar, yeah. We could have the. It's a bit late for the 12 days of Craigmas. Maybe we could have the 5 days of Craigmas and I could do something different every day. I don't know. Connor was actually describing to me earlier, or chatting to me, was it earlier or last night? I think it might have been last night. He was actually talking about his Michael Edwards tattoo. And he was asking if Liverpool win the league, what type of a tattoo should he get? So I think this mad bastard is actually going to see this one through. Now at the end he sort of wussed out a little bit and he started talking about maybe a semi-permanent one. But I'll just tell him it's semi-permanent.
6 years later, then wonder why he's still there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're using the wrong type of shampoo, pal. I mean, no, you're using the wrong type of shampoo. Evening, Craig. Sorry I'm late. Was watching the darts, said Mark. I was watching it myself, pal, before I came on earlier on. Some really good games there today. Adrian Lewis was just starting when I had to come up and turn on the computer. Guys, how are we? How are we doing today? Wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining us on tonight's stream. As you can see in the top left hand corner, we now have a live subscriber count. So if you're watching and you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Firstly, welcome to the channel. And secondly, what the fuck are you waiting for? Hit the button. I mean, make a man's Christmas. We've set ourselves a target for this stream. We want to get to 11,000 subscribers by the end of this stream. So there's an hour and 15 minutes to go. So it's completely doable, Connor. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, only a couple of thousand, yeah, no bother.
4,850 by the end of the stream. I mean, if that isn't doable, I don't know what is. But
you can definitely do that with about 150 in the chat. That's definitely doable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 150 people in the chat. If you all had the decency to go up now and set up 10 accounts each, we'd be flying. Absolutely flying. Yeah, guys, look, we might as well cut it. A lot of people want us to chat about the two main topics tonight, and let's have a little chat about Andy Robertson. As you can see there from the image, Andy Robertson is very, very close. He may have even signed it, but it hasn't been announced yet by the club. He's very close to agreeing a new long-term contract with Liverpool Football Club, and I have to say, I could not think of a more deserving person to get a new deal than Andy Robertson, because he's been simply sensational, Connor.
Yeah, he's been top class. I actually can't remember a game where he played bad. He's just solid every game. Like, at least a 7 out of 10 every game.
Absolutely. And you know, like, Mourinho basically pulled him up for special attention, like, to just say how good he is. What an engine. We speak about James Milner having a good engine, but this guy can't be far behind him.
Yeah, he just runs and runs and runs, doesn't he? Remember that clip last year of him chasing down against Man City, wasn't he? Like, ran the whole pitch to start closing down Ederson.
There's a few good gifs going around as well of him basically being Forrest Gump saying, I just wanted to run. I just felt like running. And he just kept running and running and running. He's brilliant. I'd love to know what you guys think of this one. It looks like it's going to be a 5.5-year deal by the sounds of it. 60 grand a week and a face full of iron brew. Not bad, said Eganito. I don't know what the figure is going to be. I haven't heard. Have you heard any numbers being bandied about, Connor?
I haven't seen anything, no. I don't even know what he's on right now. I know it's not a lot, though. Or, like, not a lot in comparison to the rest of the squad.
I mean, if he came in and asked for 80, 100 grand a week, he surely have to give it to him.
He's worth it, yeah. He's definitely worth paying that much for him.
And if you're not getting that, Robbo, hit me up. I'll sort it out for you. I'll go in there and you'll be laughing.
We'll start a GoFundMe for him, or something.
We haven't got a great record, Connor, with setting up those type of things, if I'm being honest, buddy. Probably doesn't want us to be doing that one. Robbo has 4 lungs, said LFC _5. 4 lungs. He's absolute quality. Absolute quality. Roberto's not a fan of the darts, but it's Christmas, pal. Christmas and the darts just go together. You have to watch the darts at Christmas, surely. Even if you're not a fan of it. Just when you're sitting there in a coma from too many mince pies and, you know, bars of chocolate and stuff on the sofa. Your missus comes in with the ham sandwiches and you're looking at her going, love, I'm doing my best here, but fuck off with the ham sandwiches, love. 30 grand he's on, said Eganito. If that's what he's on now before the contract, then yeah, look, he definitely deserves a new deal, doesn't he? Is it Ozilchin or Ozilkin? Said Robbo's my favourite current player, the new Stevie Nicol. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Robbo is a Ferrari, says Red Tick Gaming. Lovren and Mo on the train to Wolves taking the piss out of Shaqiri. I didn't see that clip yet. I missed so much today because I've been really, really busy. When I say busy, I mean messing. And when I say messing, I mean doing fuck all, really. I've been busy doing fuck all day. It's been a very busy day. Very demanding day.
Getting built by your son.
Oh, yeah. Lucas smashed me across the eye with a lightsaber earlier on, which wasn't nice. But, you know, I took it like a man. Took it like an absolute champion, I did. I beat the 10 count. I got up at 9. I got up at 9. I was like Tyson Fury. I was down, I was out. There was no hope for me. Lucas got to 8 and then I rose like Lazarus, stood up in the sitting room, and then he kneed me in the balls and I was back down again.
It was definitely a slow count though.
It was a slow count. I mean, to be fair, I can understand why the betting community were upset with that one. My granny at Christmas just keeps supplying food, and I have to keep kindly telling her to fuck off, said Tom Flynn. You never argue with your grandmother, pal. Never. They know best. Grandmothers definitely know best. What is it about grandmothers, Connor? They just constantly try and feed the shit out of you. Like, no matter when you're
I
there.
don't know. Are they trying to fatten us up for Christmas or something?
I don't know. God bless them. They're wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Robbo is like Doctor Who with two hearts, said Stephen Richards. Can't stay on for long tonight, said Colin. Just came on to hit the like button. Well, mate, look, if you're going to come on for any one reason, one, say hello, which you've done, and two, hit that like button, which is always appreciated. Mourinho will take Robbo and offer 350k. What else? Lucas throwing a few digs at you, Craig. You don't understand the pain I go through, mate, honestly. It looks like it's all champagne and Skittles on here, but it really isn't. The hard work goes in the background. I'm an abused husband. I'm an abused father. I just get battered. What else have we got? How are you feeling about tomorrow's game, Craig? Because the closer it's approaching, the nerves are coming in from Red Tick Gaming. I am really confident. I don't see this game being a problem for us tomorrow. I think we'll win this one 2 or 3-0. I think Spurs will probably, or Spurs, I think Wolves will probably rest a few players as well. Because it's easy for people to say, oh, we can't rest players. We're going into a busy Christmas period. Connor, Spurs or Wolves? Fucking Spurs again. Wolves are the same. They're going into this period and, you know, they're in a fight to stay up. They'll look at games like Liverpool and they'll think that's probably not as winnable as a game against somebody in the lower half of the table. So if they're going to rest or rotate their own players, then they're probably going to do it in games like this.
Yeah, they're playing the percentages. Like, you'd have to think they would rest a few players against us.
They wouldn't have they'd have a big squad for a championship, well, a championship winning squad. They'd have a big squad, but not Premier League big.
Nah, they've been doing well, haven't they? Fair play to them. Like,
yeah, I think it's like just the results against Chelsea and Man City that have got people worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, really. I think we will win it, like, maybe 2 or 3-0, but it'll be an interesting game, I'd say. Like, Wolves tend to play kind of nice football, don't they? So it should be a good game.
I'm so interested to see what this team selection is going to be tomorrow. I have a feeling there's going to be 1 or 2 shocks. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hendo back. Wouldn't be surprised to see Milner back. I think it would be very unfair on Fabinho if he was dropped for this game, because he's been excellent when he's played. That game against Man United was a real coming of age game for him, I think, in our system.
Yeah, he's top class. He needs to play every week. Like, I love Hendo, but like, he's just not on the same level.
Loads of love as well for Ruben Neves here in the chat. We looked at Ruben Neves when he first broke through at Porto when Brendan Rodgers was Liverpool manager, and there was a lot of love for him then. I think he was Porto captain at a ridiculously young age, and I've looked at him at Wolves, and yeah, he does some good stuff, but I don't know if he's the level that we need. I think he's a very good player and he could well go on to be an amazing midfielder, but one, it's not really a position we need somebody in. He's a little bit deeper lying than the type of... He's a bit of a regista, if that's the phrase I'm looking for, and we probably need somebody a bit more on the front foot, a bit more forward thinking. Somebody like, as we said, a Fekir, a Dembele, a Pulisic, somebody else. Who else could we think of in that 10 position? Who else did we speak about in yesterday's show? We had a 4th player linked to us. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the type of player that we need, in my humble opinion. I wouldn't mind another fullback, a utility fullback. What else have we got? They play attacking football. We play attacking football. Only one outcome, said Brian Morrissey. Adama Traore is a problem, mark my words, said Olivier Giroud. He is a bit of a problem, but he's very hit and miss. Have you seen much of Traore, Connor?
Not an awful lot. What I have seen is, like, he's very good at dribbling, but that's about it. He doesn't really seem to have much main product. And you just know now that I've said that he's going to score a hat-trick tomorrow.
Yeah, he is a very strong, powerful player. He's very raw. I don't think he'll ever hit the heights that he's capable of. It will be interesting to see. But look, we've had our fullbacks up against Mbappe, against Neymar, against... Was Matuidi playing for them that day? No, Matuidi doesn't play there. Cavani, and some very, very good players, Di Maria, and they coped very, very well. So Adama Traore, with all due respect, isn't really somebody who I'd be too worried about. Let's look at this honestly, guys. We're unbeaten. We're going into this game absolutely flying full of confidence. Wolves are going to be nervous. Yes, it's a Friday night game, so you're probably going to get an extra 10 or 15% out of them just because it's under the lights, just because it's the festive period and the crowd are going to be right behind them. But at the same time, Connor, we have Connor Cody. That secret, that secret implanted Wolves captain that we've put there for the last game of the season so he can score an OG when we win the league.
Yeah, it's 12 against 10, really, isn't it?
That's, do you know what I mean? Like, people are forgetting this.
That's our secret weapon, just in case.
Do I think Ruben Neves will start? Asks Tom Jones. Maybe. I've no idea. Have to be honest and say I haven't followed Wolves that much. I've seen little bits and pieces of them. I actually probably seen more of them last year when they were in the Championship than I have this year. Insigne, mighty lad, was the fourth. Thank you. Oh my God, have you guys seen the comments in the chat, by the way? When we put up the Insigne link and Connor did a smaller clip of it. The Italians' heads are fucking falling off, Connor. Have you seen them? How dare you? Fuck you, Liverpool. You must be drunk. Insigne's not going to you. How dare you? There's just so many comments of people pissed off that we even mentioned Insigne. It's like, I kept saying to all of them, we don't want him. We don't fucking want him. It's the papers linking him to us. It's not us.
Yeah, I found it strange actually, because all the headlines were like, "Oh, odds slashed, odds on move, edges closer." He was still 7-1. Like, it's not exactly very close.
Flurry of bets. I think there probably about 10 bets would change them odds from 10 to 7s. And I'm not joking. 10 bets of a score or more would probably change those odds from 10 to 7.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
This is why I don't like. This is why I get pissed off when you've got companies like Sky, who have the ability, and I'm not saying that they do it, but they have the ability to say what the fuck they want and affect their own gambling markets because they have Sky Bet, Sky Sports News, and of course Sky Sports.
Yeah, they could just put fake rumours, couldn't they? And then just get a load of bets on transfers and then it never happens.
All they have to do, and of course I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that they do this, but all they'd have to do is say Sky sources indicate that blah blah is linked to blah. Like, they could come out tonight and say Sky sources indicate that Mauricio Pochettino has agreed to become the new Manchester United manager, and they will probably make, I don't know, thousands upon thousands within 6 hours of people sticking money on Pochettino to become the new United manager. Now, they might have to pay out on that one actually, because that could well happen.
Well, yeah, they could easily just say Ronaldo to Man City or something stupid like that. Never going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. They could make up whatever the hell they wanted. Actually, on that one, who's the guy that they were linked to from PSV Manchester City?
De Jong, was it?
Yes, there's somebody else I think has come in to run against them for Young, or De Jong. I can't remember who it is. And I've also seen that Bayern Munich being heavily linked with that young guy from Atletico. I'm being useless here, guys. Sorry, I completely forgot his name. But if they are, then that means Bayern Munich are in the market for a forward-looking player, and they've been linked to Nabil Fekir as well. So, has anybody seen anything on Nabil Fekir lately? It's gone very, very quiet at my end, and I've been searching, I've been looking, I've been trying to find anything, and I haven't heard anything from you either, Connor, on this one. Is it just me, or has that gone quiet?
It's understandable, isn't it? Like, the club said we're moving on, and or didn't actually say that, but that's what the journals came out with. Like, so I don't think it's saying
Johnny Cuntilocks has been keeping a tight lips as well, and he he's not short of or shy about saying stuff.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be saying more shit if it was actually something going to happen. It was Barcelona and PSG looking at the young, but
there you go. Thank you. Roberto said, "I'm sticking to my guns. Apologies," and say Manchester City will win the league. Pal, it's no problem. I would probably say at this moment in time Manchester City would be favourites to win the league as well, and let them keep being favourites as long as we're on top of the table. They can keep being favourites as long as they want, as long as we're on top of the table. Matt said James Pearce has just tweeted about Fabinho maybe going to the centre in a back three. Now, you guys, people who've been watching the stream for a long time will probably remember me saying that that's the system that I wanted Liverpool to play. I didn't know if we'd have the bodies to play that system when we had players injured, when Gomez was out, Matip was out. I've always said, Connor, that a back three of Van Dijk, Lovren and Joe Gomez is absolutely perfect for our system.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it? We haven't really played three to back much. Would be interesting. And Fabinho probably would slot in there nicely if we tried that tomorrow.
What will be interesting about it is what we do when we don't have the ball. Do we automatically revert to a back five, or do we look play with some balls and keep the five further forward? Because you're looking at a 3-5-2 there. The two can either come back to a five and defend as a five, or can go back into midfield as wing backs. And I think because we dominate the ball so much in that system, we'd probably see us um, playing as a five in midfield more than the five in defence, which is what Manchester United had against us in the first half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because like our fullbacks do tend to push up line, anyway, don't they?
Yeah,
So when
that's
you do
another
play those
reason.
wingers, so like it's the third centre back would really be changing it from two to back, three to back, nearly.
And think about it this way: often at times you already see both our fullbacks bombing up, as Connor just suggested, and you see a Henderson or a Fabinho dropping back in and splitting the centre backs anyway. So this is not an alien thing, Connor.
No, it's just a slight tweak to the system. Like formations, people put too much thought into. Like
Emphasis.
they're so fluid nowadays that it doesn't really matter what formation. There's more roles than formation.
That is true, and during games as well, a little tactical tweak here, a little shuffle there, and we're all baffled as what the fuck is going on. There's something I want taken out of football, by the way. There's something I want brought in that I just don't want to be allowed. Players shouldn't be allowed to cover their mouths anymore when they're talking. It's really annoying when you're trying to figure out what the fuck they're saying and they have their hand over their mouth talking to each other.
I don't think you could hear each other otherwise, though. Okay, defeat the point.
Oh, sometimes they just do it to block their mouths. Like they're aiming down, like they're going like this, just to talk down because they don't want people reading what they're saying.
What are they trying to hide exactly?
Oh, look, he could be saying anything from congratulations, well done, best of luck with the rest of the season. They could literally, they're probably just saying niceties, and it happened as well when Klopp was talking to Mourinho, I think, after the game as well. I seen it happen with Mo Salah, and loads of players are doing it. It just bugs me because I'm a nosy fucker and I want to know what they're saying.
Yeah. Did you see the Inside Anfield? Is that what it's called? The match day thing on
Oh,
Liverpool's YouTube
it
channel.
was amazing. I spoke about that last night. It was 12 minutes long. For some reason, right, that was free yesterday, and today I want to go back in and watch it, and it's suddenly on LFC TV now or whatever, and you've got to pay for it.
It's not still on YouTube.
Maybe it was on YouTube, but when I pulled it up, I clicked off a link from the Liverpool page, and yesterday I was able to watch it, and today it was saying you need a subscription to watch it. But either way, it was a very good behind the scenes 12 minutes, and people said that have let me know that this is something that the club do for all games, and that's how little I'm on YouTube, guys. But it was very, very good, and it was nice to see the little touches that we don't usually see, Connor.
Yeah, I was loving like how much respect was shown. Like you see Klopp and Mourinho just having a laugh before and after the game and everything. It was really
I
nice to
thought it was
see, and
good
even
when
the
they were
captain and everything.
they first bumped in and they were walking up to, and Mourinho said, "You go in first there and do your pre-match interview."
Oh yeah, they was there like both of us, haha, or something, wasn't he? He was there like taking the piss, saying the two of them do it together.
And Klopp couldn't believe he only had one to do. He came out from doing his pre-match interview with Sky Sports News, and he spoke to the media officer afterwards, and he's like, "Any more?" And he goes, "No, just the one." And he goes, "Just the one? Playing United, there's just the one pre-match interview." Couldn't believe his luck.
No, it's brilliant. I love them videos. They're always good.
Yeah, it's great to see, and that's one of the beauties of this day and age in social media is we get to see more, and that's what we want as fans, isn't it? We want to see these little moments. We want to see behind the scenes. We want to see how the players react. It's brilliant, and I think was there one part of it where VVD came in saying "Big Shaq."
Yeah, just after coming in off the pitch, yeah. That was brilliant.
Rod is up as well. Rod, how are you, sir? Lucas Hernandez, that is the guy. Thank you very much, Andy Robertson. Thank you very much, Olivier Giroud. And they are probably the two weirdest names I've ever said in a row on this stream. Thank you, Andy
Are
Robertson,
they
and
the real
thank you,
ones, do you think?
Olivier Giroud.
Are they the real
Um,
guys, do you think?
of course they are. That's definitely Andy Robertson. He heard me talking about his contract and just jumped on, just in case we get that wrong.
Yeah, just to clarify stuff.
James Maguire said Fakir will not sign for LFC. I have a feeling you're right, James. I think, as I said all along, for me, the summer was the time. If it didn't happen there, I didn't see it happening. I fully believe that we're going to sign Christian Pulisic. I fully believe that, even though a lot of people think he's gone to Chelsea. Um, I've been very strong about this, Connor, for a very long time, and my belief that he'll end up at Liverpool.
Yeah, I think you will as well. the whole thing of that rumor that he agreed to deal for next summer, that just has Michael Edwards written all over it.
It really does. Right, we've let people wait long enough. People want to know who the fuck this striker is that we're talking about. Um, I will reveal all now in 1 second. Right, so bear with me.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. There it is. Liverpool have been linked with Israeli striker Munas Dabur, who, you know, has scored 16 goals and assisted 6 this season already for Red Bull Salzburg, and he did great numbers last year, 22 goals in 32 matches in all competitions last year. Now this might be somebody who a lot of us don't know much about, and he only came to my attention recently through my betting exploits, actually, if I'm being honest. I remember I had a bet on, I think it was Salzburg against Celtic or something like that, and I went on and had a look at him, and he's actually a very good player. And those numbers are numbers of somebody, Connor, who's obviously in really good form. It's easy to say that it's only in Austria, but at the same time, look who started their careers in Austria. I mean, we've got Naby Keita now, we've got Sadio Mane. Players are moving through the clubs, and Red Bull Salzburg and obviously RB Leipzig are producing some excellent, excellent talent.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of good players coming out there. Yeah, like I said, it's easy to just say Austrian league, but like there are so many good players coming out of that league. He deserves a chance in the big leagues if he's scoring that. It's like no matter what level you're playing at, the goal scoring is a habit, and if you can get into the habit of hitting the back of the net, then there's no reason why you can't do it at the level above.
I have to say, I have no idea how real this is. This comes originally from my belief anyway, from Sam Maguire from Football Whispers. Now, a lot of you guys probably know who Sam Maguire is. He's a regular on Twitter. He's forever writing really good articles, and he does have his finger on the pulse of these things because it's what the chap is paid to do. I have no idea if this will happen. I have no idea how true it is. But what I will say is it makes sense to me, Connor. It sounds like the type of signing that we might make.
Yeah, because we're not looking to like replace Bobby. We just need someone who'd be happy to come in and play when needed, and he probably wouldn't cost that much considering his age. I think he's 26 or 7, so it does make sense. Like,
He's 26 as far as I remember. I remember looking this one up earlier on. And let's not forget, he's part of a Red Bull Salzburg team that won the Austrian Bundesliga, reached the semi-final of the Europa League last year, so they're no mugs.
No, of course not. They're a very good team.
I have to say, when I looked at this, when I looked into it a little bit more, guys, it makes some sense. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to say he's coming. I don't want to say he's not. I'm only reporting what we're after seeing. As we say time and time again, we are absolutely not people that have any inside knowledge. We're not people that claim to be in the know. We are just fans passing on the information that we see and hear every day. And sometimes it gets sent to us by other people. Sometimes it's just from our own research. But with the January window coming up, it is only right, I think, that we talk about the possible incomings for Liverpool, Connor, or the players being linked.
Yeah, we have to, and seeing that rumours, interesting ones we have to talk about.
Not
too many rumours, yeah, actually. It should be interesting to see in a week's time who we're linked with.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting window, actually. Usually there's not too much business done in the January windows around the world, but I think this one we might actually see some transfers take place. United clearly need to go out and get a centre-back. And I read something that said Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be given £50 million to spend in the January window, which seems madness to me. If he's only going to be there till the summer, why give him the money? Why don't the club put a director of football in place and let them pick who's coming in?
Yeah, it does seem a bit strange. He's going to be gone in 6 months. I suppose I think I was watching Mark tonight. He was saying like he's coming in to kind of change the philosophy. I suppose like get the attacking football back. So whatever signings he makes, they should work for the next manager because, like I said, he's trying to get that kind of. Trying to put a stamp on what kind of game they're going to play. Like,
Football Plus said, question, we need a backup centre-back for this period with the injuries, a cheap option that would have potential. I think Reece Oxford for West Ham. Thoughts? I would disagree that we need one, pal. We have Nat Phillips and we have Connor Masterson, and the 2 centre-backs that we have injured are only out for 6 weeks. So when the window opens, you're only talking about 2.5, 3 weeks of available time left before the players are back. So for me, it would just be overkill, buddy. And I don't like players coming in for short periods or players coming in and blocking the path through of other players who have worked their way up through the system. And look, Reece Oxford, I know a little bit about him, a very, very little bit, and he's very highly thought of. I think he played, was it last year, maybe the season before, that he broke through and got his first performance. But for me, Connor, I'd just like to see us give the guys that we have at the club a chance already.
Yeah, let lads come through. We have the Dutch lads, Hoover, and then Masterson, Nat Phillips. Like there's a lot of options there. I mean, like you said, there's no point buying a player when the other lads will be back in a week or two anyway.
Yeah, we've got that Keanu Hoover guy. We spoke about him a little bit yesterday. He's only 16 years of age, obviously. Started out his career as a right back, but has played for Liverpool as its centre back in the UEFA Youth Leagues and performed very well. He's been brought up to train with Jurgen Klopp on the first team, so obviously he's very highly thought of as well at the club.
He must be, yeah. Seems to be getting on well now, so hopefully he can break into the team at some point.
Loads of people have been asking about Lozano recently, loads and loads, whether it be on streams or whether it's people messaging me on Twitter. And I think I understand why. He seems to be doing really, really well, but I don't know what to say. Did you hear anything on this guy at all?
Rumours to us, or just hear
Just
people
anything, him going anywhere, because people are always asking me about this guy and why Liverpool aren't looking at him and why he hasn't been linked, and that he seems to be a perfect fit for the type of system we play in the position that we need.
Yeah, I've seen him play a couple of times. He looked very good. I just have a feeling he's going to United for some reason. I've seen nothing. He just seems like a player.
just
that you might
one of
say.
those players you assume all PSV Eindhoven players are going to United, because they've done a few, haven't they? They did Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think. They did Depay, yeah. So there's been a few. So I understand your way of thinking. But then again, we brought in Jan Kronkamp, so you know.
And Wijnaldum.
And Genie Wijnaldum. Genie Wijnaldum. Fuck Mark Albridge and his Christmas #1. Craig's Genie Wijnaldum's gone all the way to the top. Just in case you guys haven't seen, Mark Albridge has a tweet out, because we want this to get 1,000 retweets, because he said if he gets 1,000 retweets on this tweet, he will sing another Christmas song. There you go. He's dug that hole for himself. I've already messaged him, winding him up a little bit on Twitter, so we've got to get him there. So if you're over there, go onto his account, give him a retweet, and let's see Mark Albridge sing a Christmas classic. Hopefully we get the pick as well. There you go. He's getting there. Hopefully he gives us a little vote so we can get the pick which one. I mean, obviously, Stay Another Day by E17 has to be the clear favourite.
Has to be.
Best Christmas song of all time. Oh, well, actually, Fairy Tale New York, I wouldn't mind him having a bash at that one. Mark,
How
that's not the pass. Say again?
How would you sing that one in the same style, though, with just the one line over and over again? Wouldn't really work for Fairy Tale New York.
True. Mark, that's not the pass I played. Goldbridge said Liverpool are placing a bid for Craig David. Does anybody else, when they hear his name, just hear Craig David from what was it called? Bo Selecta? Is that all I hear when I hear that guy's name? Connor probably going, who the fuck is Craig David? Who is this lad?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not important. It's not important. Lozano will cost mad money. No chance at Eganido. Connor Masterson is Irish, said Brian, which he is, and somebody who I'd love to have at the club. Mossy Wassy has put in the link to Discord. If anybody wants to, by the way, you've often heard me speaking about Dave and Dave's television solutions. If anybody wants to get sorted out or anything before Christmas, contact him in Discord. His name is Dave's TV Solutions on Discord. He's in our group. So if you want to have a chat with him about anything, you're looking to get the TV in for Christmas or whatever, have a chat to Dave. We won't be able to chat about it in here, but go into the Discord group, Dave's TV Solutions. I've actually upgraded my own one today. So go in there, have a chat with him, and he'll look after you. Tell him we sent you, and he'll probably charge you more.
I added the Discord link to the description as well if anyone wants it.
Perfect, there you go. The Discord link is there. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying that Discord group. I pop in there most nights before I start to stream to ask people if there's anything they want to chat about. And it's always very active in there. Lots and lots of new people joining every day. So thank you for setting it up, guys. And if anybody wants to go in there, as Connor said, the link is in the description. And it was posted there a minute ago as well. I also want to draw attention to Stephen Richards. He posted a link earlier on, Stephen. I forgot to mention it at the time, mate. So please feel free to post it again. Stephen is doing is it a dry January, mate, to raise money for Cancer Research UK. So if anybody wants to help Stephen out there, he'll post it in again, and you can go on there. We send him a little something just to say thank you for all his support, and because it's great cause as well. The Abala is expensive but worth it, said Sam. 100% agree. 100%. Literally, if you could pick a player for me to sign, you're talking Dybala or Pulisic, one of those two. There's not a hope in hell that he's coming, but it would be an absolutely perfect signing for us. Do they know it's Christmas by the United Board? Said Stephen Richard. There's a song for them to sing. Let's get Craig's Genuinely Album song to the top of the iTunes charts, said Tom. Surely there's somebody out there that could remix that and make it a little bit special.
I can have a go if you want.
Craig Mark already regretted it. Said it should have been 1K major what? Major L. He's good crack. Leave it to him. He'll sing it as well, and no doubt it'll do mad numbers. Craig, it's not me, said Stephen Richards. I'm lost. Oh, sorry, it's Stephen Taggart. Apologies, it's Stephen Taggart. Excuse me, I got my Stephens mixed up. Sincere apologies, it's Stephen Taggart that's doing the fundraiser for Cancer Research UK. I do apologise. What's this? What have we got? More likes, people get that number up, said Tommy. David Lynch claims the reports of Robertson agreeing a new deal are not true. A lot of people, Ferno, are saying that it's not done yet, but the deal itself being agreed, I believe it is true. There's been Neil Jones, I think, was mentioned that it isn't finalised yet, and a couple of other people are mentioning that it's done. But look, we're not saying it's done, we're saying that it's looking like a new deal will be agreed, and that's nothing but good news. And I hope it's agreed before Christmas. I hope it is, because we need a bit more Christmas cheer. It was lovely last year, Connor, to see Virgil van Dijk standing there in his new Liverpool shirt, or holding his new Liverpool shirt before the year was out.
Yeah, same this year for Pulisic, won't it?
Yeah, that'll be sweet. On that, guys, I've got a bit of an update on the Liverpool squad to travel to Wolves for the game. I've got the provisional squad here. I'm not sure if you guys seen it or not. Basically, the highlights of it are that James Milner has returned to the squad and that Trent Alexander-Arnold will not be available. He should be fit for the Boxing Day game, but as it stands, the squad is Alisson, Klein, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robbo, Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, James Milner, Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino, Mane, Mignolet, Moreno, Keita, Lallana, Shaqiri, Sturridge, Solanke and Camacho. So they're the players that Klopp has available to select from for the game against Wolves tomorrow night, which I am really looking forward to.
Why was Camacho at the end with the striker? Is he not like a right back?
Oh, I don't know if it were they listed in terms of players as strikers. I don't know. Was it that way?
I think they were. Maybe
you
not.
know what? Looking at it, yeah, I don't know, mate. I have no idea why, but I pulled that straight from the site, the club site, like so. I've no idea what they listed. Maybe it was an afterthought. I don't know. Maybe somebody got lazy doing their work.
Oh, they forgot Camacho was in, Adam, at the end, do you think?
Yeah, that's it. Oh shit, we're one short here. Who can we throw in? Just throw in Camacho. I'll be sound. P.H. said Icardi is the ideal striker for Liverpool. I'd love him. He's been linked to Chelsea and also to Real Madrid, but most likely Chelsea in the January window from what I've seen, because they're in dire need of a striker at Chelsea. Tom Flynn said, Craig, we've been linked with Atlanta United striker Jackson Martinez, I think his name is. Is it Jackson Martinez? I know the guy you're on about, little guy with kind of silvery hair.
Lautaro Martinez from it, no? Jackson Martinez, that Colombian fella, he went off to China a couple of years ago.
Joseph, that's his name. It's Joseph Martinez.
Who's that one at Inter? Is it Lautaro or something?
I've no idea.
He's Martinez, wasn't he?
I don't know about that guy coming in. I've watched him play for Atlanta a little bit, and it's tough to gauge anybody's talent in the MLS, but I'd be amazed if Liverpool went and got him. I know Newcastle were linked with somebody from that team. I can't remember who it was, but I haven't seen anything linking Liverpool to him. Connor's going to head off in a couple of minutes, guys, so if anyone has any last questions written to him before he heads off, just put them in the chat really quick. Otherwise, we will be saying goodnight to Connor in the next couple of minutes. What else have we got? Possibly the starting 11, said Tom. Let me look back over that. Alisson, Klein, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robertson, yes. Henderson, Wijnaldum, Milner, Salah, Firmino, Mane. Do you know what, mate? It could be a good show.
Did they just leak it by accident?
That could be a fucking belter of a show. I didn't cop that until I read through it there now. Like, you can't get anything past there, guys. This is why we have the best subscribers in the business. Well done, Tom Flynn. That's a good show. If that's right, if we look at this tomorrow and that's right, then we're on to something here. We're definitely ITKs then.
They just leaked that down.
I don't know, it's madness,
Oh,
isn't it? As I said, I pulled that straight from the club site.
that's very strange.
That is mad. I never would have even looked through it like that so well in. Guys, another shout if you're watching. I don't know how many people are watching at this point, but if you are watching, please do hit the subscribe button. The channel is growing really, really quickly, and we're so happy to have new subscribers every day joining us. All our content on here is free. We will be doing a watch along of the game against Wolves tomorrow night. We'll be starting at about 7:20, I think, in and around there. I say we, it'll be just me taking you through this one. Starting at about 7:20. We're not going to schedule the stream because of what happened the last time. So just keep an eye out, turn your notifications on. I can guarantee you I will be live at around 7:20 and I'll take you through that game. We'll have some live chat, we'll have some alternative commentary, a bit of fun and games, and we'll still do a stream tomorrow night as well. So lots of reasons for you to subscribe, especially over the Christmas period. It's going to be busy. I'm going to be on here daily. All the content is free. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. We don't even need to really be advertising the Ko-fi anymore, Connor, because we now have the availability of super chats, and we also have advertising money coming in, so it's a little bit better for us.
Yeah, it's very nice to get that in. Be able to buy new equipment now soon, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to be able to actually start looking at it now and know that we're bringing in a little bit of income. Yeah, it's great. Everything is going great for the channel, guys. And look, I don't want to hold Connor on because he has some college work to go on and do. So, Connor, mate, a pleasure having you on tonight. I look forward to chatting to you again. Well, I'll chat to you in about an hour because I'll be annoying the shit out of you when I'm finished on here.
That's good. I seen someone asked me my score prediction before I go. I'm stuck between 2-0 or 3-1. I go 3-1.
There you go, 3-1. So if it's 2-0 tomorrow, he'll come back and say he said 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Connor, pleasure, buddy, and get that work done for college, and I'll chat to you real soon.
Yeah, see you. Thanks, guys.
Alright, bye-bye. Right, guys, it is just you and me, and I've taken my headphones off there now, so I look more like the normal egg that you're used to. What else have we got? Night Connor said, the Revenite awesome stream. Did you hear about Mo Salah paying for a young Egyptian guy to go to college and become a pilot? I did, mate. I did read something about that. That just goes to show you what type of man he is. $48,000, as mine has said there, and he's taking care of it, which is just wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. Don't forget to subscribe. Said Keane Mooney. Is Fabinho in the squad, Craig? Yes, I'm sure he was there. No, he's not on that list. He has to be in there. They must have forgotten somebody. There's no way that Fabinho is not in that squad. As I said, I've taken that. I would add Fabinho into that because there's no way he wouldn't be in the squad. Good spot though. Really good spot. 2-1 to Wolves, said Mark. That's not my pass. I play a goal, but it's not happening, pal. It is not happening. The Reds are going to finish this Christmas period on top of the table. Well, we're going to go into Christmas on top of the table. 2-0 for Eric Worry. 3-1 for Tom Flynn. What else have we got? Luke's joined the Discord as well. Welcome, Luke. Been watching the vids, never caught you live. Based in Cork, says Arctic Gaming. Welcome, buddy. Great to have you with us, and I'm glad you managed to catch us live. Another Irish person in the chat as well is always a good thing. So welcome. As you're from Cork, I'm from Wexford, originally from Dublin. But look, it's always great to have new people in, so thank you for joining. What else have we got? Can somebody put in the Discord link? There you go, Mossy Wassy, like a superstar has put it in. The rabbit hasn't spoken yet, said Rod, so no predictions for him. Is everybody still feeling nervous about this game tomorrow? Because I don't know why people are paying such immense respect to this Wolves team. They're a championship team that came up, they've spent some money. They do have some decent players in there, but for God's sake, look at the squad that we have. We should be going there absolutely full of confidence, and I was shocked this week to see so many Reds. And look, nerves are a normal thing, I get it. Especially when you're on a run like we are, you think to yourself, fuck, this run's going to come to an end at some stage. But let's just enjoy it and let's go in like the players, expecting to pick up 3 points in every game. Keane Mooney said, Craig, I'd love to see Griezmann play for Liverpool one day. He's good friends with Firmino, it seems. I think him playing as a striker or Bobby just behind would be a match made in heaven. If you asked me that question, Keane, a year ago, I probably have crawled on hands and knees over to Madrid to bring him. But what I've seen of him in the last year, and that shit that he pulled on his own fans with Barcelona last summer, really turned me off Antoine Griezmann. I mean, to leave the fans hanging like he did, and to make two endings to the video for his future, one where he leaves and one that he stays, it's just petty and pathetic. And for that reason, I would just go fuck off, Antoine Griezmann, honestly. Madge said, again mate, excuse me, is it Madge Abu? And excuse me if I mispronounced your name, pal. He said, easy win for us tomorrow. 3 points. RT Gaming said, nice one, fella. Gaming as I watch. That's not something I actually do, mate. I'm thinking of starting it, though. People are always saying to me that I should start playing FIFA. And I should start playing FIFA Live. I might start it. I have all the stuff in the house. I mean, we have a PS4. We've got a PlayStation. Or an Xbox 360. We've got everything I need. We've got FIFA. I could go live and play, but I just haven't started yet. Don't know if I like three at the back. Our midfield help to cover the full backs as they push on. If we're playing further wide, giving away an extra man. If both bomb on, it's easier to get pressured. To be honest, Cahill, we kind of do that already though, pal. If you look, every time we're in possession, whether it be Jordan Henderson or Fabinho, we are dropping back and splitting the back four anyway. And the full backs push on, so it's almost something that we do naturally. I'm just reading through your comment just in case I've missed something. We're giving away the extra man. I get where you're coming from there. Look, I mean, whatever Jurgen Klopp decides to go with, particularly with the availability of players that we have at the minute, I just hope we get through the games, buddy. I just hope we get through the games and pick up the 3 points. Always nervous. Every game is literally a cup final, said Sam. It is. It's massive for us at this point. Every 3 points is huge. We can't afford to drop many, so I get where you're coming from. And I was looking at, if we win our next 2 games, what does that put us on? Does that put us on target for hitting 102 points for the season if we were to repeat our first half of the season, which would be just amazing. And to think we're on that level of form and we're still worried about winning the league. Any other league in Europe and we'd be absolutely sound. Except maybe Italy, because, you know, Juventus have nobody to compete against there, really. Trying to join Discord, but it's just buffering, said Stephen Richards. I've no idea why, Pat. It's working at our end, and I don't run that group, so it's not really something that I can help with. But it is working for everybody else, so I don't know why. That's just buffering for you, pal. I'll catch you later on. If it's not working, I'll send you a direct link later on. Wolves are brilliant, but will win. There's only one concern. Headless Hendo doesn't know what a tackle is. Well, that's bullshit for a start, mate. And as we've said before, you can be critical of players for poor performances or whatever, but to come in and just bash the captain off the bat like that, it's just absolute bullshit, to be honest with you. To say he doesn't know what a tackle is nonsense. You're talking about a man who captains Liverpool Football Club. You're talking about a man who Jurgen Klopp rates very highly. Gareth Southgate rates very highly. The previous England manager rated very highly. And then Steven Gerrard rates him very highly. So if you to come in and call him Headless Hendo and say that he doesn't know what a tackle is, I have to say, mate, I find that very fucking disrespectful of our club captain. And I'm not Jordan Henderson's biggest fan, so don't think I'm a fanboy coming on here defending him pointlessly. If Jordan Henderson has a shit game, I will call him out and say he had a shit game. But to just have this agenda against them constantly, it's just a little bit tiring, it's a little bit old, and it's just completely unnecessary. Craig versus Mark on FIFA is needed, said Connor. So has anybody been following the war, and if so, what is he like? Said Cobra 1977. As I said, pal, from my end, I've seen him very recently, and that's it. I'm not even going to pretend to know what his form is like outside of what I've seen recently. But he does seem to be somebody that's had a couple of good seasons going by his numbers. So if Liverpool are looking at him, and I had heard that the Liverpool's chief, is it Barry Hunter, Liverpool's chief scout, has been sending back glowing reports about this guy. So let's just wait and see what happens. Sam Maguire, as I said, of Football Whispers, is the one who put the link out there. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks to see what does happen. Mossy Wassy said Wolves game could be 2 or 3-0 or a 5 to 6-0 match, seeing the way Wolves played against Man United. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just scrolling back through some more comments. Where have we got? Cahill said, not really, the 2 midfielders dropped to play fullback. When they play in a 4-3-3 and playing 2 midfielders could leave us exploited through the middle. 2 play fullbacks. The 2 wide midfielders drop into play fullback when they play in a 4-3-3. I'm playing 2 midfielders could leave us exploited through the middle. I don't think you're right, Cahill. Maybe I'm picking you up wrongly here. But if we're talking about playing 3-5-2, we're obviously talking about having Robbo and, let's say, Kleiny bombing forward when we're in possession. When we're out of possession, sometimes I'll drop back into a back five. But because we dominate the ball so much, I would be amazed if we didn't have them as a front five most of the time. And if we are pushing forward, and we have got 5 going across that midfield, are we really going to be that exposed with 3 at the back? Our club's going to play any more than 2 forward against us and leave that space for us to play in. So, I don't know. Look, it's all just opinions, Cahill, at the end of the day, buddy. I can give mine, you can give yours. I think at the end of the day, what we both want is Liverpool to get the 3 points, and fingers crossed that happens tomorrow. Craig David to sign for Liverpool. Yes, not really going to happen, is it? Did you hear what Lovren said about Liverpool being the next Invincibles? It's not really what he said though, Logan, mate. It's not actually at all what he said. It's just the media completely pulling what he said out and saying, making something big of it. He said we're capable of doing it. That's all he said. Liverpool are capable of doing what Arsenal did. Why not? And the media, of course, run with Dejan Lovren said Liverpool are going to be the next Invincibles. And of course, people who have an agenda against Dejan Lovren are only too happy to go out and throw digs at him and say that he needs to shut his mouth. Now, we all know that there is a little bit of a history there with Degsy saying things and then the opposite happening to us. And maybe that's bad luck. But on this one, I think it's just a little bit too much. The Matt Harani's closet says, stats, mate. Stats where? Where are the stats? You're just saying stats, mate. You're not actually showing me anything that shows about Jordan Henderson and that he doesn't know how to tackle. And if you're going to use stats, please use them in the right context. So when is he tackling? What time of the game is he tackling in? Are we out of possession going forward? Have we turned over possession? There are so many things, so many variables that come into stats. So if you're going to go throwing them around and use them, then at least back them up. I don't use them because I don't know enough about stats to feel comfortable using them. But just saying stats, mate, it's not really fair. But I don't mean to have a go at you, pal. You're a nice fella. And I don't mean this to sound like a crusade against you, because it's far from it. But let's be honest, I mean, there is an agenda against Henderson out there, and it's fucking sickening at times. Hendo gives us all every game. Love and passion is good for the team. Gerrard passed the torch to Henderson, so he has good faith in him, said Cobra. What else have we got? Pretty soon it'll click with people. We're probably the real deal now. We're not going to lose more than 3 games this season. If we lose 3 games, though, I think we don't win the league. As mad as that sounds. If we lose 3 games, I think that's the league gone. I don't think you can afford to drop that many points. That's how much of a fine line this is. Tom said, got this from Twitter. According to AZ, according to AZ, Bayern and Liverpool are interested in Timo Werner. Scouts from Liverpool watched Werner several times this season. Bill said Atletico Madrid are another team that are interested in Timo Werner. I've said for ages that I felt that he would end up at Bayern Munich, and again, it's not because I'd read or seen anything. It's just maybe just putting 2 and 2 together, and the fact that he is German, that Lewandowski clearly wants to leave Bayern Munich at some point, and it seems like a natural fit. He would fit into our system perfectly, though. If Liverpool did go and sign Timo Werner, you'd understand why. He ticks so many boxes. He can play across the front 3. He could even play a little bit deeper if needed. You wouldn't want him to, though, but he can play wide. He can play through the centre, and seems to be the type of footballer that Jurgen Klopp would like to work with. Assad said De Boer plus Frankie de Jong, please. And Marge said, I really hope we sign anybody in the winter. Just gives the fans a boost, and it's an addition to the squad. I don't know if we need a boost, mate. I understand where you're coming from, but I'd only like us to sign somebody if they're really going to improve us, because otherwise the manager, I think, should stay and keep faith in the guys that have got us this far so far. But if there is somebody there, if there's a deal already in place, then of course go ahead and do it. I'm not saying we shouldn't sign anyone. Okay, some more comments. Luke, talk to you tomorrow, pal. The new attacker, I think Timo Werner is the one Liverpool are sniffing around, said Eric Worry. We just touched on him a second ago. Is Dara O'Brien an LFC supporter? I've heard this one before, and funny thing is, actually, on Dara O'Brien, he grew up just up the road from me. I mean, there was literally less than 10 miles between where I grew up and where Dara O'Brien grew up. So look, he's fucking older than me, so I'm taking that as an absolute insult. And it's not because he's bald and overweight. That much I can cope with. But he's older than me, so come on, be fair. And if I had Dara O'Brien's work as well, I wouldn't be too far off. I'd be fucking delighted with myself. The one thing Hendo and Milner have is leadership in the locker, which is true. Anybody heard of that Abdul Rahman footballer? Not me, mate. You've gone over my head with that one, sorry. Apparently, Kante, Pogba, Koulibaly and the Liverpool squad go on to Mane's wedding next month. Absolutely. If you get married and there's time for them to go and, you know, get a couple of days off, then work away. The fact that we're up there with City shows how far the club has come. I mean, look at the distance they're putting in between themselves and the other teams at Cobra 1977. It's a massive improvement. Just look at how far behind we were last season. And this season we are right there at the top as we speak. Going toe to toe with Manchester City, and we couldn't ask for much more. And I agree with Rob GTI 180 that said we're going to need close to 100 points to win the league. I think, yeah, you're right, somewhere over 95 anyway. Just signed Werner and I'm happy, said Ferno. Shaqiri is good enough to start most games and Oxlade-Chamberlain will be back soon. Cobra said yes, it may only be about 5 points between them and Spurs at the moment, but apart from Chelsea it's pretty difficult to see which teams are most likely to take points off them. Yeah, I get you. I get where you're coming from. I was looking at their fixtures actually from now right through to the end of the season. And I swear at times I wonder if we all get to play two teams twice, because it seems like your opponents never have to play each other. And when you look at the fixtures, of course this is incorrect, but you look at them and it often feels like we have to play everybody fucking 10 times. Ryan Giffney said triple chin. Fair enough, mate. I mean, do you think it's news to me that I'm overweight? Do you think it's a shock to me hearing that come back at me? What else has he said? Let's see if he got any better as the comments go down. I do love to play with the trolls from time to time. Toolbox, mate. I mean, I don't know what the fuck. Are you asking Santi for something for Christmas here, Ryan? Santi, if you're listening, Ryan wants a toolbox. Maybe he's talking about what his L1 wants or something. I don't know, mate. Honestly, I'm working with you here, Ryan, pal. I'm doing my best. So you've called me triple chin. Grand, I'll give you that one. Toolbox, I don't know, as I said, write it to Santi. Might be cutting it a little bit close now, pal, but I'm sure if you send it to the post office and put a little kiss in there and leave a mince pie out for Santa Claus as well, that you and your L1 might get exactly what you're hoping for this Christmas. So hugs and kisses, buddy. Mwah, mwah. What have we got? How much points are we on now, said Keane. Let me check on the league table. I should have done this earlier on before I came on. Bear with me 2 seconds. We are on 45 points as things stand, pal, after 17 games. So if we got to 19 games, which is the halfway point of the season with 2 more wins, that puts us on course to get 102 points for the season if we were to mirror the first half of the season in the second half. So is this Fekir thing dead or not? Is this guy as good as? I could give you an honest answer on this guy De Boer. I don't know enough about him. I would be lying to you if I said that he's good enough. I don't know is the honest answer. The Fekir thing being dead, my instinct says yes, but how can we rule it out? Particularly the way it left. It was so fucking close that whatever it was had to have been something so small or so minute to make it, that is small, Craig, to make it end that way. I just don't know if we can say it's dead or not. And maybe I'm just setting myself up for more hurt because I really wanted that deal to happen in the summer. What else have we got? Gay as well. He's good friends with Mane. He's just irrelevant to me. Kiana will be the best defender of all time with 1,500 games for Liverpool, said Andre. He's got off to a great start. Look, he's 16 years of age. We can't put too much pressure on him, but he looks like a good bit of business. He looks like one for the future. Brian said, I agree, we'll not win the league if we lose 3 games, but I think it's just the maximum we can lose. What else we got? Guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button there. We're what? 6159 now, so we're ticking along nicely. If you are watching and you haven't hit it, please do, and of course don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Henderson sacrifices his game for the system. He's an excellent range and good reading of balls forward and the other way. People complaining about sideways passes don't understand football and drawing teams. Cahill, brilliant comment, mate. I'm fucking sick of listening to the Henderson haters, and I'm not somebody, as I said, who's a Henderson fanboy, far from it. But I like to give people credit where it's due, and if they have a shit game, then we'll call them out on that one. But often the times anything goes wrong, and it's Henderson or Lovren's fault, anything at all, and they just came to point out those two. But they don't get the credit when we win, or they don't get the credit if they're in a team and we play well. Then there's nothing said about them. Fuck him off, Craig. He's gone. And I know you were talking about your man. Watford outplayed Man City and could have been 2-2. What else have we got? Uar is better than Fekir and younger. He was linked to Manchester City actually today. I forgot to mention that at the start of the stream. I was doing a bit of reading on that guy. And again, I say Uar because it's a joke name. I think it's Our, or I don't know how you pronounce the guy's name. You know who I'm talking about. The young man from Leon. He's been linked with Manchester City today, and I don't know how true that is, but it's just something that I read. Craig, will you go on the road with Anfield agenda? Yes, Mark. That is definitely something that we're thinking of doing. I was only speaking to Connor about that one earlier on today. So it looks like we might go up to Northern Ireland and meet up with a couple of supporters clubs up there and film a few watch-alongs and things like that. We're also open to going over to the UK. So if anybody wants us to come over there, if you're with any supporters clubs or any groups of Liverpool fans or anything, and you fancy myself and Connor coming over and filming with you guys over there, please get in touch, because we're absolutely open for anything. We've said this is a community channel. We want to meet and reach as many Liverpool fans as possible. It's great doing that on here, and we want to do that. But if there's an opportunity to do it and meet people in person, then we're up for that one as well. We're living in Ireland. It's not expensive for us to get over to the UK. It's not too far. I mean, what is it? If we plan ahead, 100 quid return for the both of us. So yeah, we can definitely do that as well. It is something we want to do. We want to film more stuff out and about, which is why we wanted to get the better camera equipment as well, which is why we were looking to raise the money. And yeah, lots and lots of things happening for us going forward, and I'm really excited about it. The channel continues to grow, which continues to open up options to myself and Connor and you guys as well, because this is a community channel. Mike Myers is a Liverpool fan, which he is. You often see him at games. I say often, actually, I don't know how many times. I've seen him at a few. LeBron James, I wouldn't so much call him a Liverpool fan in that he owns a stake in the club. There's more what I'd say about LeBron James. Whatever deal he has with Fenway Sports Group means that he has a small percentage of an ownership stake in Liverpool. What else have we got? Anthony said, well, we have the ball, it means the opposition hasn't. Absolutely. Stallone is a blue. Yeah, just because of that film and Tony Bellew, though, to be fair. What else have we got? Celebrity fans can fuck off, said Brian Morrissey. Come to Liverpool last, said Sam. Absolutely coming over. I was only talking to Connor about that one earlier on. There's a couple of times I'm probably going to get over, Sam. If I get a ticket, by the way, that's the real problem here. Myself and Connor were only saying earlier on, where the fuck are we going to get a ticket for a game this year? All of our sources have dried up, and people that we used to be able to get them from have all gone away or given up their tickets. So there's that as well. But Sam, we're planning on going over in May. I'm hoping that Callum Smith is going to be defending his world title at Anfield in May, and myself and Connor and maybe my wife are going to go over to that one 100%, because I love boxing. I want to see the first fight in Anfield for God knows how long. I've followed Callum Smith's career and been to a couple of his fights already, so yeah, that's one time I'm definitely coming over. Collar with Redman TV, no, it's not going to happen. There's no, we said this before, we won't be doing stuff at Redmen going forward because we want to do our own thing. And we respect the hell out of Redmen TV. They make fantastic content, and they seem like a really good bunch of lads. But they're huge, they've had their success, they're going on and doing their own thing. And we kind of want to go a different route. We want to do our thing a little bit differently. And as I said, it's nothing but respect for the guys. They've won an award recently as well, which is very much deserved. So as I said before, congratulations to them on that award. But I've no interest in doing that with Redman TV. What have we got? Here's the credit. Hendo's awesome when we have the ball. I've got nothing against the sideways passes. It's about possession. Barca pass sideways too. Super pass or passion, and as good a captain as you can be. Do you know what, mate? Respect. You came in and you at least gave him some positive, so thank you for that one, top man. Come over to Anglesey. Mate, honestly, anybody wants us to, you know how to contact us. AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com, AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com. You can get us on Twitter, and you can see there Twitter and Instagram. It's just @AnfieldAgenda. Only serious stuff though, to be fair. Like, don't just say come over and it's you and your mate sitting there. We're happy to go over into the supporters clubs, film stuff, meet up with people, and we'd love to do a get together at the end of the season as well. Of course in the UK, because that makes more sense. There you go. Far Isle said request to visit Fox and Hounds, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You know, I've been to Florida on many occasions, but I don't think I'll be going back there anytime soon. It'll be Texas next. Texas for the Holden family anyway. Seems to be what we're going to go next October. My mate put £100 on City getting Schalke. Easy money, said Andre. Did you see the thing with the League Cup draw yesterday? The Craig Bellamy thing the day before, saying, oh, they got Burton, and then the draw happened and they got Burton. And a couple of people are losing their minds about this, saying that it's all fixed. I don't think it is. I think he was just mistakenly assuming that because they both won that day that they were going to play each other in the next round, but it's still fun. I still love to read this stuff. Craig, come to Carolina, Liverpool night games on a happy hour. There you go. As I said, honestly, hand on heart, we will come. If you guys have a pub or a bar, or you've got a supporters club that meet regularly and you want us to come over, and we'll film the day and we'll do a watch along together, we'll record a show afterwards, we'll record a podcast, we'll do little bits and pieces, interview the guys in your supporters club, we are happy to do it. We're not just talking out our arses, we will do it, we are willing to travel, and we want to go out there and we want to meet more and more Reds and make this an absolute quality project, I think. Sorry, I was a bit... Mark, the Goldbridge Pass person, said Rey Mysterio, and I absolutely got distracted because I was a massive wrestling fan growing up, so when I seen the Rey Mysterio comment, my head was turned sideways. Okay, where else have we got? Okay, a few more comments to get through. Got about 20 minutes left on tonight's stream, guys, so if there is anything else you want to go through or any more comments you want to put in, please do lash them in. B-Tech Mark Goldbridge. Fair enough, mate. I mean, whatever. Look at this. Is that your picture? Is this you in the picture, Andrew? Andrew Parks. B-Tech Mark Goldbridge. What the fuck? Why? Because I have a YouTube channel I talk about football. Whatever, man. Honestly, I don't know what to say to you, pal. You look like you're just about to go through puberty. So I have to be careful on what I'm saying, because I'm obviously talking to a minor, possibly somebody who's a little bit, a few sandwiches short of a picnic. But yeah, Andrew, mate, I don't know what to say. I'm going to have to hide you now, and I don't want to be too abusive towards you, because I think you're just a little kid. And I think you could be a little bit simple as well, pal. So I'm going to say goodnight to you. Craig, about the striker, Manuus de Boer, is he any good? His stats sound good. Oh, that's all I'm going off as well, Tony. I have to be honest. I don't know too much about the guy other than the stats that we've talked about, that he scored 16 goals and assisted 6 this season, and he scored 20 something last year as well, if memory serves correct. What have we got? Atrocious line of storms about to crash down on my roof about 5 minutes off. Jesus. Keep well, mate, and stay safe. I know what the storms can be like over there. I haven't been caught in a little few when I've been in Florida, so stay safe. We're either going to win by 1 or 2 goals. There's no LFC pub for 5,000 kilometres where I am, said Rod. Do you think Damari Gray would be a good backup to Mane and Salah? Do you know what, Neil? You've got me thinking about that. I was looking at him the other day in the Carling Cup, or say the Carling Cup, excuse me, the fucking Carabao Cup or whatever it's called these days. And he seems to have halted a little bit. I would have expected a bit more in his development at this point. And look, I'm not somebody who watches Leicester City a lot, but he doesn't seem to have exploded like I would have hoped he'd done. So probably, again, a little bit of lack of knowledge, so I can't really say either way, but I would lean to no, buddy, if I'm being honest, but that's just my humble opinion, and there's probably people in the chat who've watched a lot more of Damari Gray than me who can give you a better opinion. Craig, you're putting your credit card behind the bar for the end of the season get together. Mate, I'll happily do that, but what's left on my credit card, you'll be lucky to get a fucking packet of peanuts and a bottle of Coke. Henderson is a vital part to Klopp's 4-3-3 system, said Sam. Let's go for 6,200 subscribers tonight, said Wool Wizard. There's no way we're doing that. That's 39 subscribers and we've got 20 minutes to go. So yeah, we can aim for 6,200 subs if you want, and let's see that clock not go ding 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 ding, because that's what it's going to have to do, pal, to get there. But if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, go on, hit that button there and we'll see how far we can go. I love the way people, whenever he's not the first person, that guy earlier, who said BTEC Mark Goldbridge, because he thinks that Mark Goldbridge is the only person that's ever used OBS. He's the only person that can ever come on and talk about football. And look, Mark Goldbridge has been very successful at what he's done, so I'm not having a dig at him in any way. But people say BTEC, BTEC, BTEC. He was one of the first to do it. Anybody who comes on and does it afterwards is obviously, to some extent, copying what he does, or at least the format that was laid out. So what do you say when somebody says that to you, other than, well, look, I've got my own personality and I do my own thing. I don't think I'm as, I won't say flamboyant as Mark, because that's not the right word, as expressive as he is. He does have some funny fucking comments in what he says, and he has some great one-liners which I just don't have. I'm a little bit different. I think I'm a little bit maybe more personable. I'm somebody who tries to interact with people in the chat a lot more, and I know that's harder for him because his chat moves so quickly and his channel is so big. What else have we got? Gray reminds me of Ronaldo, the way he dribbles and moves with the ball but doesn't get many goals or assists, said Ferno. I was getting excited there. Look, there it goes back up again. I was saying it went to 6-1-6-2, then it went back down to 6-1-6-1, then it went back up to 6-1-6-2. For a second there, I thought we were going to actually get to this. I thought the number was going to move. Shelly said we need the finished product. We have good enough youth. And that's where I am, pal. I'm with you on that one. I think we're at that part in our development as a club now where we should be looking to bring in players who are the finished product or very close to being the finished product. We had that period where we had to buy potential, we had to roll the dice and take gambles on the likes of Markovic and other type of footballers that didn't really work out. Some of them have worked out and it's been brilliant. You could call Salah a calculated gamble, particularly what we paid for him. It was amazing. Bobby Firmino as well was a great piece of business. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, yes, we paid a lot for him. He is probably closer to the finished product, but he still excelled when he was managed by Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, I'm with you. I agree. It's kind of a long-winded way of me trying to say, yeah, mate, I agree with what you're saying. Craig, BTEC grew from Despicable Me. I'm having that one. I mean, I'll take that one. See, at least grew is more realistic to look like me. So yeah, I'll take it. My BTEC grew from Despicable Me. Happy to go with that one. I'll be an A-Tech Humpty Dumpty though. I mean, that's what's in my Twitter bio, Humpty Dumpty imitator. Is the AA party still on, said Rod. Absolutely. Madison is really good, which he is. I agree with you on that one. Somebody who I think we missed the boat on in the summer when we had a chance of signing him. As I said, he picked up an injury at the end of last season for Norwich, which may have been the stake in the heart of Liverpool looking to sign him. But look, Leicester took a chance and it seems to be paying off. He looks like a very good footballer. Craig, why don't you put a tweet out on the Anfield Agenda, retweet and subscribe, etc. I'd say most on here don't follow each other. You'd be surprised, Mark, about the lack of crossover between social media accounts. I was only saying this to somebody the other day. I've often looked into the statistics and stuff we've done across various social media platforms, and you don't get much follow across. Probably 3 or 4%, if even that. And if anybody ever does want to put their social media accounts into the chat, by all means, feel free. If you want to give yourself a shout out in the chat, or you want to, let other people know what your social media account is or what your Twitter account is, feel free. Honestly, it's something we're happy for you guys to do. Where's your minions? They're getting all the presents ready for Christmas, pal. They're downstairs doing their work. New sub, said Blue Vadoom. Thank you, mate. Apologies if I mispronounced your name, but welcome to the channel. Great to have you with us. I'd like a number 9 at Liverpool. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, Super QWERTY. He's a gamble, but a gamble that we can afford. Again, though, I don't think we need, my humble opinion, I don't think we need to be taking gambles. I think we need, like Shell said a few minutes ago, I think we need to be looking at the finished product. Tommy Wommy said prediction for tomorrow, a goal for VVD, one VVD header and a corner from Salah. And the third, hang on, the way you've written this has made me read this arseways, hang on. Goal number 1, a VVD header from a corner. Goal number 2, a bit of Salah trickery. And goal number 3, Mane, just because it's Mane. And I like the just because it's Mane part. Connor said, fun fact. Connor does like a fucking fun fact. In the nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty is never once said to be an egg. There you go. There you go. He's Irish as well. Not many people know that. Humpty Dumpty was Irish. Well, he is Irish because you're looking at him. Good night, Tom, mate. Always a pleasure to have you on. I'll chat with you really soon. Okay, what else have we got? Who would love to have back, or who would you like to have back at Liverpool? Sterling or Coutinho? Easy answer for me, mate. Sterling every day of the week. I think he will be. Imagine him in the system we have now. He would be unstoppable. So that for me, I don't want either back because I don't like the way they left. But if I'm having one, I'm having Raheem Sterling every day of the week, and that's a really good question for everybody else. Actually, we've got about 10 or 15 minutes left, so for a bit of fun. If we could have one back, Easy Liverpool said, would you take Raheem Sterling or Felipe Coutinho? LFC's year to win, said Jamie Gonzalez. And or James, excuse me, James. I said Jamie because I just seen the letters and guessed. But welcome, mate. Welcome to the channel. Lovering to score our first tomorrow, said Pepper Red. PA Tech. I don't know what you mean by that, Brian. Maybe I'm just missing the joke. So I thought there might be a problem between him and Salah. What else we got? When Mo was at Chelsea, they played in Israel and Salah refused to shake hands with the Israeli team because of the problems with Palestine. And yeah, look, that's something I'm not touching, if I'm being honest. Politics and stuff like that, I'm not well versed enough to talk about it, so I'll just respectfully pass that comment on, mate, if that's okay. I signed Lovren in my fantasy team, said Nima. So did I. I put him in this week as well because I knew he's probably going to get a run of games and he was fairly cheap, so I'm with you on that one. He's in mine as well. Did you see the youngster? He's Dutch, only 16, started with the first team training. Keanu Hoover, mate. We spoke about him earlier on. Originally a right back, well, he was brought into the club as a right back, but they've been so impressed with him that they've moved him into centre back at times. Played against the PSG youth team in the UEFA Youth League. Played very well, and as you said, has now been promoted up to training with the first team squad, which is brilliant. Love you, Craig. Love you too. Shiraj, mate, thank you. Or Shiraz, thank you for that comment. Always nice to hear nice things as well. It's great to deal with the trolls and mess about and have a laugh, but it is always nice to get a little compliment every now and again, so thank you for that one. Okay, there's a few more answers here. Sorry, I just want to skip through. Connor wants Joe Allen back. There you go. Wee Joe Allen, the chicken lover. Sterling for Dan. Coutinho for Shiraj. Mark McDonald said Sterling as well. Hope you're making money for our new ground copites. Obviously, was that an Everton fan? If you're an Everton fan that is hoping that you move to the Bramley, Applemore, pie in the sky fucking stadium that nobody gives a fuck about because you're still going to be shite, then whatever. Making money for a new ground cop. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Hope you're making money for. Oh, you can't. You're saying R. You're supposed to say OUR, mate. I mean, your spelling's fucking deplorable there. Fuck off. Nobody gives a fuck about Everton. They're irrelevant, pal. Are you going to watch the Carl Frampton and Josh Warrington or Michael Collins fight on Saturday? Yes, 100%. I'm hoping that they can make it so that the Frampton Warrington fight and the Chisora White fight, that they don't really cross over, that they can manoeuvre them a little bit, because it would be a shame. The Warrington Frampton fight is definitely the fight where my loyalties would be. I've spoken many times about having gone and watched Carl Frampton. Myself and my wife were actually up in Belfast for the fight that he won his first world title when he beat Kiko Martinez. They built I don't want to say a stadium, but that's what it was. They built a temporary stadium on the slipway of the Titanic, where the Titanic first went into the water in Belfast. It was amazing. It was a September night. I'll never forget it, but it was fucking freezing. And we went up there for that fight, and it was brilliant. It was great to be there when Carl Frampton won his first world title. And I think it's going to be a really good fight against Josh Warrington. But I think Frampton will do it. I just think he's the classier fighter. Warrington has an amazing engine. And it's going to be an interesting fight. Maybe I'm being a bit biased, being Irish and stuff, and wanting Frampton to win it. But it's definitely a good one. And on that one, this is one of the reasons why, if anybody is looking the weekend to get the fights on or whatever, and they don't have the channels available to them at the minute. Well, our friend Dave at Dave's TV Solutions in our Discord group can help you out there if you want to go and have a chat with him. Even though I like Coutinho, I take Sterling, said Dan. Christopher said, I follow about 8 people on here on Twitter. Gonna throw in my Twitter. It's LFC Chris 1981. So there you go. If anybody wants to give him a follow, it's LFC Chris 1981 or at LFC Chris 1981. And if anybody wants to give me a follow actually on Twitter, I'll put it into the chat as well. I think I've done it before, but no harm in doing it again. So there you go. If anybody wants to give me a follow on Twitter, my personal account is at Craig the Host. So at Craig the Host. And of course the channels is at Anfield Agenda. And Connor, what's yours these days? Is it Connor Crosby _? I keep getting it wrong. Shame it's like that though. Politics need to stay out of football 100%. 100%. But they don't, that's the thing. And politicians can influence UEFA at times. We've heard before around the PSG and Manchester City thing that there was some political pressure put on FIFA around those decisions when they were investigating the clubs. Or was it UEFA? I'm not sure which one, sorry. Fun fact, my Jay Spearing comments get ignored, said Andre. Of course they get ignored because it's Jay fucking Spearing. I mean, Mighty Mouse has already played for us and he's gone now. Is he still playing? Was he at Bolton, Blackpool? I don't know where Jay Spearing is now. Sané is rubbish. That's a massive comment to make. I think that's... I'd very much disagree with you there, pal. Leroy Sané is anything but rubbish. It kills me saying that, of course, because he's a City player, but I mean, he's an excellent footballer. Mightn't be the finished article just yet, but I think he's very good. I've seen a few saying about Grujic, why don't we bring him back, said Tony. I'd let him develop for the season. If he's doing as well as he looks to be doing, then leave him over at Hertha, give him the full season and look at it again in the summer, because you don't want to stifle his development, particularly if he's doing as well as he seems to be. And yeah, he is the forgotten player at times, you're right, and it's a good shout, Tony. But as we said, the Hertha manager, I think it was, said that he's the best player the club have had there in the past 20 years. So we might have another player on our hands. Coutinho could open the defence. Sterling's overrated. Come on. Overrated. Have you seen the numbers he's putting up, mate? I don't think he's over. I mean, he mightn't be your preference, I understand that. But Raheem Sterling is anything but overrated. He's a fucking excellent footballer. His finishing leaves a little bit to be desired at times, I agree, but look at what he's doing. He's Pep's go-to player pretty much in that Manchester City team. But he, again, look, this is why it's the beauty of football, mate, and it's the beauty of us being fans. We all see the games differently, and we all have different things that we like or dislike. So please don't take anything from what I'm saying. It's just, you know, our opinions differ on this one. Sterling isn't worse than Owen. Oh, Michael Owen, yeah, Jesus, Michael Owen. He can go and fuck himself, most definitely. Lara said, what? I can't stand Sterling. Some people you can't handle love. Sterling is one of mine. I'll have nothing about. He can go to City. Didn't like him at Liverpool. I have to say, Lars, when he was at Liverpool, I really liked him. I really liked him. I had a signed Sterling shirt at one point, and I thought he was going to be massive for us. But he moved on. And look, players come and go, but the club is always going to be here, and that's the most important thing. Craig, I've just been told I'm not on my Xbox tomorrow, so I might do a starting 11 prediction. Tune in if you want, lads. So there you go. Do I need to pick one of them too? Said Christopher. No, mate, you don't have to answer. You can just ignore it. It's fine. Right, guys, look, 10 minutes to go. Last shout out for tonight for anyone who's still watching. Please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. We will be doing a watch along of the game tomorrow, starting at about 7:20 PM UK time. Hope you can join us for that one. The watch alongs usually do really well, actually. I think for the Napoli game we got something like 62,000 people watching, something like that, which is great. So if you're around tomorrow and you haven't got the game for whatever reason, or you just want to come and get some alternative commentary, because I have to say we will not be showing any game footage. I want to make that really clear just in case people are under any misconceptions. All that we do in these watch alongs is I watch the game in my own house and I don't show it on the TV. You guys watch the game wherever you might be, and I give you some alternative commentary. We go in and out of the chat, get people's opinions, and we react to what's going on in real time. It's just a different way of watching the game, and it's proved quite popular. I'm sure you've seen other channels do it as well. Craig, did I tell you Tyson Fury is coming to Dublin next year in February? Would you be interested? Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely. I would certainly be interested in whether it be a fight or a talk or whatever he's doing. 100%. Tyson Fury he's totally won me over in the past few months. So 100%, Tony. Craig, LFC _5 is not respecting Jay Spearing. Ban him now. Can we stop the Jay Spearing bullshit? To be fair, like, nobody gives a shit about Jay Spearing. We gave you your football ground up the Toffees. You didn't really though, asshole. What you really did is not refuse to pay the rent on the ground and left it. So giving it to us is one thing, but not being able to pay the rent and fucking off somewhere else is completely the other. So whatever, gave us the ground and we're the first ones to actually do something with it. So there you go. At the minute, mate, you're playing in a fucking rundown hovel of a stadium that overlooks the magnificent, monstrous beast that is Anfield. I mean, you must walk across Stanley Park at times and just ask yourself, why the fuck do I bother? Honestly, look at that stadium. See that, you know, when the lights are on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, that's Champions League, mate. That's European football. I know that's new to you and not something that you're used to, but we've thankfully, you know, have that in that stadium as well as the 5 European trophies or European Cups that the club have won. So look, you can come on and banter about your shitty piss off little stadium that nobody gives a fuck about down in the Bramley Apple Pie in the Sky Stadium that may not actually ever fucking happen, that the city had to fund for you because your club are too fucking poor to actually be able to afford the stadium yourself and raise the money. If you want to go and brag about that, pal, then you go and brag about that. We'll just carry on funding our own fucking stadium, building our own bigger stands, bringing in world-class players, having the best manager in the fucking business, winning the league hopefully this year, going far in the European Cups, and just generally being fucking awesome while pointing down and laughing at the bidders who are just fucking pathetic. There you go. That's my 2 cents on it anyway. I mean, how sad are Everton that they have to come up in Liverpool 1, the shopping centre. They actually call their store Everton 2. Because it's the only way they felt they could get one up on Liverpool. You've got the Liverpool 1 store and then you've got the Everton 2 store. Because that is about as fucking creative as they could be. Mate, you've got Angry Birds on your shirt, for fuck's sake. Angry Birds. Angry fucking birds. How sad is that? What's this? I post a weather report and it gets 3 likes. I post jokes, no likes. What's wrong with me, said Rod. It's a weird place, pal. Social media is a weird place. Sometimes you see things that absolutely fly and you're going, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And you put something in that you spent 20 minutes writing or putting together and nobody gives a shit. It's mad. The Maharani's Closet said, Coutinho, give us a right foot finish from the left side. Won't miss as much as Mane. Sterling can't finish. It's just pace. Mate, he scored 20-something goals last year. So if he can't finish, you know, 20-something goals. And look, he can definitely be better at finishing. I'm not disagreeing with you on that one, but he scored ridiculous numbers last year in that Manchester City side. So I don't feel... this is weird because I hate defending Sterling because he's a little snake and I don't like the way he left the club. I don't like the agent that he used as well. I don't like the interview we did with BBC, and there's a load of things that I don't like about Raheem Sterling and the way he left Liverpool. But I try and be fair in my critiquing of players, and I think he's a very good footballer. The Toffees are extinct, said Shell Lee. Nobody gives a fuck about them. That's the thing. Nobody gives a fuck about them. They're irrelevant. But imagine being down at the minute knowing that the best chance they had of getting a point at Anfield was ruined by their own keeper, who they believe was world class. The tiny little T-Rex arm motherfucker in goal for them that would have just let the ball go over the bar and they'd have got a point, and they'd have celebrated that point like they just won the Champions League. But unfortunately, the goalkeeper that they big up so much because he saved the penalty in the World Cup put the ball back into play and allowed Divock Origi to do what he did and win the derby for Liverpool. So thank you for that one, Everton, and thank you for that one as well. Yeah, so what else to say about Everton? Nothing really. Timo, come and enjoy a hug, said Eric Worry. Absolutely, who doesn't want the Klopp hug? Club hugs all around. And that was another beautiful thing about that video today with the two supporters, the blind gentleman and his mate. Klopp gave him a hug, and your man said, "You got a Klopp hug there, fella. You got a Klopp hug," which is lovely to see because everybody wants a Jurgen Klopp hug. I'm 37 years of age and I want a fucking Jurgen Klopp hug. Hope everyone's alright. Missed the channel a lot lately, waiting for Sky to sort broadband out, so can't watch much. Can't wait for the game, said G.I. Jose. I hope you're settling in well, mate, to your new place, and I look forward to having you back on soon, and I hope you get your broadband sorted out. And yeah, the game tomorrow should be an absolute belter. Love it that we broke Man United, said Nima Masterson. Enraged Sparrows, said Pepper Red. Yeah, it is great that we put the final nail in Jose Mourinho's coffin. We actually did the fuckers a favour, Nima. To think politics can be kept separate from anything is just naive. I'm sorry, but Israel... No, sorry. Not reading about that comment. I'm going to remove that comment, mate. I'm not going to remove you from the chat because I don't want to. I don't think it's fair because you haven't done anything to deserve to be kicked out. But I did have to remove that comment because it's not the type of thing we really want in the chat. Because we try and keep this fun and we try and keep it a laugh, and politics and stuff have no place here. And I agree with you, to say that they have to be kept separate or are kept separate is naive. But, you know, it's okay to be naive at times, particularly when you're just on here for a bit of fun. 5 minutes but 30 million light years, said Pepper Red. Right, guys, look, I am... Oh, no, there's one more comment. I just want to read this one out, I think, before I finish up, so bear with me. On the fence said, "Hi mate, I've seen you a few times at the Anfield Roar. You've absolutely never seen me on the Anfield Roar because I've never ever been on the Anfield Roar. So I think you might have me either confused with somebody else or something I did in the past confused. Good to see you moving onwards and upwards. Thoughts on the next 4 games? Wolves, Newcastle, Arsenal and City. Could win them all. Yeah, Wolves look tomorrow. Very confident about that one on the fence. Newcastle, you'd have to, with all due respect, you would think that's 3 points. The Arsenal and City games are the real ones that you'd need a little bit of concern about. If you could come out with those games with 4 points, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But, you know, we've got to go in and aim for 12 points from these 4 games. But that's asking a lot on this busy Christmas period. I'm so into the Anfield Roar. That's really funny. And there is an account, I think, called the Anfield Roar. But unfortunately, mate, it wasn't my one. Had to go to Manchester yesterday, take the dog to my mum's, got back earlier, 12 hours worth of train journeys. Jesus Christ, mate, that is a lot. But you're back now and hopefully you're settling into your new place. And it's always great to hear from you as well. Happy Christmas, everybody, said John Hayden. And John, happy Christmas to you, mate, and of course your family. Klopp has sacked Jose 3 times now, which is always great to see. Easy LFC Liverpool said, where's Daz? I don't know, is the honest answer. I messaged them on WhatsApp the other day, and all I can see is that he's read the message, but I haven't heard back from him, and that's all I can say, buddy. I don't know what's up with him. I hope he's okay wherever he is. And you know we love Daz on here, so we've conquered the world 5 times. Is this like the United stand? No, this is a Liverpool channel, but look, I get where you're coming from. I suppose to an extent, Luis Garcia, all things are a little bit like the United stand on football fan channels. This is a Liverpool channel where we just chat. We just chat about different topics. We chat with people in the chat and we listen to your comments and give you feedback and stuff and just have a bit of fun. So maybe it's like the United stand a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it is. I saw you on the United stand. Yes, I was on there recently. Mark asked me to come on to do a preview of the Liverpool game. And then Mark was kind enough to come on here as well and do a match review for us. So that was really good. And thank you, Dab, for that. Well, I hope I was okay on there. The people in the chat were kind of nice, which was really nice to see. And I enjoyed myself. It's always good to chat with other fans. This is the only Liverpool channel I watch, said Dabo. Thank you, mate. That's really kind of you. That means a lot. It's great that we do have fans pop in from other clubs. And they're always, well, most of them are respectful. And we do appreciate that. Because first and foremost, we're all football fans. So we all want to chat about the game. We have our own allegiances to clubs and all. But you know, it's good to get an outsider's opinion on certain things at times, and it's good to hear opinions from other fans of other clubs because we get a little bit of information perhaps that we wouldn't normally have. Hopefully Daz is okay. Absolutely, Scotty. I love Daz. You know I do. Daz is a top fella. And Daz used to be on our podcast with us. I hope he is okay, and I hope he does come back soon. You should collab with Redmen TV. It's funny how many times people mention that one to us. It won't happen, buddy, because I don't want to. Is the honest answer. But again, I feel like I have to caveat that every time I say it. It's not because of any disrespect to Redmen TV. They're a great bunch of lads that make great content, and I wish them every success, continued success, because they're winning awards and they're doing really well. I just want to do my own thing, and Connor wants to do our own thing here. And look, we do little bits with people here and there, but Redmen's, I don't think it's something that's ever going to happen, because I think we make different types of content a little bit. But look, love and respect to them. I respect anybody who makes content on YouTube or podcasts, because I know the hard work and dedication that goes into it. So, or the Anfield rap. Yeah, you see that I would do, and there's a reason. I've given this reason to Connor before. If I was ever asked to go on the Anfield rap, I'd do it, because I have to admit I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Anfield rap stuff. I've listened to them for years. I really like what they do. And yeah, I would do it, to be honest. I would. Yeah, that's probably one of the few I would, but just because I really like what they do. And I think that they're the ones most of us Liverpool fan channels or fan content providers aspire to reach towards. You can say whatever you want about maybe you believe they lean one way or the other. I don't know. I don't want to put words in people's mouth. All I know is that they seem like a good group of lads. They make really good content. I've enjoyed their content over the years. I've had my top player subscription for years, although I let that go this year because I don't have time to listen to it so much, because I'm on here and I'm getting loads of interaction with Reds. But yeah, they're great lads. Right guys, look, I'm going to call it a night if that's okay. I'm absolutely knackered, but as I said, tomorrow I will be back, and of course hit that watch along button tomorrow. Come and join us. Hit that subscribe button now guys if you haven't done it before you head off. Great to have you in with us. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream as well. We're trying to hit 100 every night this week, and I think we've usually managed to do it, so if you could do that before you go as well, that would be awesome. But look, 7:20 PM tomorrow night, Liverpool versus Wolves, or Wolves versus Liverpool if you want to be correct about it. I'll be on air from 7:20 PM. Really looking forward to catching up with you all then. There'll be a late night agenda tomorrow night as well after the Wolves game, so lots of content tomorrow. Thanks a million guys. Love, hugs and kisses to everybody. Look after your families. I hope you're all well. If I don't speak to you before Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas, and until the next time, up the motherfucking Reds.